got Clee to
Nah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
All right, cool.
Watch him fuck up, Clee.
Yeah, right. All right, cool. You good? All right, cool. Welcome back to Sportsmanlike Conduct. We're gonna do something different now. We finally got Joe to come out from behind the camera to be on camera.
Yeah.
So just give a shout out to Joe for finally being on camera.
Yeah. Glad to be here, man. The lights looks kind of crazy on this side
I'm getting nervous.
of the camera, right? It looks kind of crazy.
Now you don't gotta tell us orders anymore. You can,
Facts, all right? Quiet on set type shit.
yo, you saw. All right, there's two movies that everybody talking about. Your man Jonathan Majors is the man right now. You saw Creed?
He is.
I'm not
did.
talking about him. I didn't watch him, man. But
What's crazy is, I saw Creed. What's crazy is I feel like a lot of people saw Creed this past weekend.
it's the movie.
Yeah. I was talking to my brother who's in Switzerland right now. Shout out VT. And when I talked to him that afternoon, I think Saturday afternoon, he was like, yo, y'all should go see Creed. And I was like, bro, I just came from seeing Creed, which is crazy.
Yo,
Switzerland.
I literally told my sister, like, I was like, yo, I had plans to watch it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I said, look, I'm gonna watch it. Like,
Yeah.
even if it was today, I was gonna watch it. Like, I wasn't gonna let a week go by, things like that. Usually, like, I'll read like a spoiler or two,
Yeah,
but I'm like, nah, like, because I think Rocky, the whole chain of movies,
for sure.
like,
Me.
the whole chain of movies in Rocky, for me, like, it's my favorite franchise by far.
Word.
So, like, I like Michael B. Jordan, too, as an actor, but, you know, even though he's my man, I think Jonathan Majors might have stole the movie for me.
So what you get the movie out of 5 stars?
Out of 5, I give it like 4. It wasn't perfect.
4 stars?
I give it 4, and I'm gonna tell you why. I give it 4 stars because, like, I hate when something happens in a movie that's like potentially interesting, and then like it lays flat. Like, I feel like, all right, like Rocky 3 when your boy Mr. T, he was on a montage before he got the fight. You feel me? So he built the traction. There was like, so you didn't see every fight, blah, 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 but you would see the highlights and like, all right, cool. So when he finally asked for the title shot, it's like, all right, cool, like, take the shot.
Yeah.
Your man Dame had one fight
Yeah, that was...
and became the man. Like, I get it, you the champion, but you became the man. You got a penthouse, you got a shorty.
Yeah.
All this.
That was
and
a
now
little,
you talking about, come on, son.
that was a little theatrical.
That was the only one. I'm like, come on, bro.
There's
That's
a lot of theatrical moments.
like, give him a little mini montage of him knocking people out. Give him something, you
right?
know?
Yeah,
And then your man, and then this is the other part. Your man came out of retirement. Now he got the chip. And then what? He just gonna retire again?
Yeah. Because he came back out of retirement for
So
the
why make it a
fight.
title fight?
I
Not
think
just a fight.
this is true. This is true. That was a little fake.
Yeah, those are my only two
That was a little
things.
fake.
Those are my only two things. Other than that, like, the movie would have been a 10 out of 10 for me.
Shit.
Like, if you ask for 10, like, if you ask for, like, out of 10, I would give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
But out of 5, I got to give it a 4.
Are you comparing it to Creed 1 and 2? Because I didn't see Creed 1 and 2. I just went in
You
to this one and
All
saw
right.
Creed 3.
If I was to order it,
I may be tripping.
1, you got to see. 2, not really. 3, for sure. So, like, the order would be 1, 3, 2 in terms of, like, good to thing. Because I feel like 1 was able to establish him as a character, and now 3, it actually passes the torch because there's no Rocky in it.
Is Creed 3 the best of the series so far? You almost gave it a 10.
No, because I give the first one a 10.
That's crazy. What?
I give the first one a 10.
Yeah, I want to shout out Sky. He's sitting in the building right now. He's on the 1s and the 2s. Sky, did you see all 3? And is the third one the best in your opinion?
Yeah, I saw all 3. First one was the best.
It's a 10.
First one was...
Is it a 10?
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a great movie.
I
son.
gotta check it
It's a
out,
great
man. I gotta
movie.
check it
It's a
out.
great movie.
I don't really care. I don't want to say that on camera, but I'm not a real fan of Michael B. Jordan like that. I didn't really care for him in Black Panther. That's a whole nother conversation. But I just feel like, I don't want to talk about black men on camera too crazy, but, you know, I feel like in Creed 3, some of the dramatic moments felt a little flat to me from Michael B. Jordan.
I feel like that's fair. And I only feel that way because I think Jonathan Majors is just a great actor. So I feel like if you have to match him, it's kind of hard. You feel me? So it's just like, if I set the tone in the scene and it's like he sucks all the oxygen out the room.
Yeah.
So it's like I could be acting good. This nigga just it was a match
Nah, for sure.
And like he's not even saying words in some scenes. He's not even saying words, and you still like he's acting his ass off.
I mean, because I feel like great dramatic acting always happens in the eyes.
Oh yeah,
the eyes really tell the story. You don't really have to talk much in those scenes. But did you feel Michael B. Jordan when he screamed down on his shorty in the living room right before his daughter came in the room? I didn't feel nothing from that scene.
Really?
I didn't get emotional. Scott, did you get emotional? What did he tell her? Shut the fuck up or something?
Nah.
I was like, yo, what? I didn't know this dude cursed.
Nah, I feel you, but you didn't feel nothing about
not in that scene.
The death scene though. The death scene, he did his thing.
The death scene
when the mom died, I think he did his thing. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
I think he did his thing.
That was a good scene. Michael B. Jordan definitely had his moments in that film.
Yeah, I just think
he definitely made me
show.
like the movie. You know, I like his directing. I thought he did a great job as a director of this film. Like that's a hard thing to do, man. Is star in the movie and direct it. Shout out Spike Lee. Like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that's always crazy to me.
Yeah, shout out to you see black excellence, but something that's not too excellent. Your man Ja's bugging out. Your man Ja is, I don't know what's good. And I'm gonna say your man for sure because he from your town.
Shout out Ja Morant. Shout out Ja Morant. You already know what's up. Shout out to everybody, you know, from the crib, from the woods. Shout out to all my kings. Shout out JC. It was good. This is near and dear to my heart.
I know. You know? That's why we had to get you on camera, bro.
Yeah, and we have to speak on it. Let's start back from the beginning. What did you feel like was the beginning to all of this madness? I got some shit pulled up right here too. That's why I'm looking at my phone.
I think. All right, so rookie of the year. Let's go down the timeline. I think rookie of the year. You know, like I feel like he played with a chip on his shoulder. He's the new exciting guy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but he wasn't. It's like you still a rookie, so you don't really have a voice like that.
Yeah.
I think Webb started to become a problem is like when, like, I want to say like midway through the second season when it's like, nah, this guy's like it. And I feel like
it as in a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's like in a team like Memphis, you know, like, oh, like that old school, they had Zach Randolph, Mike Conley. It wasn't like an in-your-face thing. But like so somebody to come and basically shift the culture of like what it used to be, but still have the grit, quote unquote. So it's like now I gotta still play tough, but now I gotta be the exciting guy too. And then they started surrounding him with quote unquote tough guys. You feel me? Like Dylan Brooks, like shout out to Dylan Brooks. I get it, hard player, but in terms of like if I was a basketball player, I would hate him.
Yeah.
I would hate him. So it's just like when you have those certain people backing you up and stuff like that, I feel like it starts to make you feel like a little tougher than you are because you kind of have to believe that you're tough to compete.
For sure.
But I think like he started believing it.
Yeah.
That's my thought process. What you think?
There's this notion I feel like going around, you know, whoever you ask about this situation or NBA players in general, that there's no like quote unquote thugs in the NBA. Majority of the players that are playing in the sport is not from that lifestyle, have no idea what that lifestyle is all about. I feel like there's very few that are. Mm-hmm. And there has to be a moment that occurs in the NBA timeline where one of those types of individuals has this kind of moment.
So what do you think it started?
When? I don't know, man. I don't know. I got it pulled up right here. These 4, 5 moments that they have compiled of Ja Morant.
All right, cool. Read them all.
So I think the first one, right, was the laser incident. Right? Allegedly.
Yeah.
This is all alleged things that happened. Right? So a police report was filed that last summer, Morant and his associates was in confrontation with mall head of security. No charges was filed.
Mm-hmm.
The second, 4 days later, 17-year-old alleged Morant had a gun in waistband after altercation.
That's the one.
The third, Morant acquaintances in post-game confrontation with Indiana Pacers traveling party. That's the laser incident.
Oh, Lord.
And then the fourth, Saturday morning, Ja Morant on IG Live. This is my thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, we talked about this last night.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know this man, yo. Like, yeah, I'm from the city, all that. He's considerably younger than I am, at least 10 years younger than I am. I don't know his background before he got to the league. I feel like everybody that's commenting on it or that has an opinion about it, 9 times out of 10 don't know this man before he arrived, before our very eyes. So I'm not going to automatically assume and say he's not cut of that cloth just like readily, because there's a reason, right, that he's like, that these incidents with him is occurring.
Yeah.
Like, what lens are you looking at it through?
I think the lens of it is that I think it's a black issue that we have, where it's just like we get to a certain level of success and it's like, I know you hear it a lot. It's like basketball players want to be rappers and rappers want to be basketball players.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you start rubbing shoulders with some of these people and stuff like that, and like we spoke about it yesterday, you in a city like Memphis, you rub your shoulders with the right rapper, you can feel like through connection, like now you like in tune with it. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, like we all, depending on where you come from, we all in tune with something.
Yeah.
We all know somebody. We all got access to something. But my whole thing is, I don't know none of my friends that's in it. It's like if they could switch with him, they would like that.
Right.
So like it's so hard to answer the question because it's just like usually I feel like what it is like people want to do things to get out the street, or like niggas is doing shit in the street to get out of it. I never seen somebody get everything under the sun and still like want to be in it.
Right.
You feel me? Like it's wild backwards, and I feel like it happens where like people don't be ready for like the money.
Oh, definitely.
The money and the celebrity of it. I feel like
22, 21?
Yeah, you feel me? Like, cause look.
Are you ready for $200 million when you're 21 years old? You as in yourself.
Me, yeah. For sure.
You ready for $200 million? You're not gonna go crazy with $200 million.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't have it in me. Like I don't have it in me because like when you expose to certain shit, like you see what certain shit can get you. You feel me? My thing is, you work for 200, right? Like let's say we get a deal, 200 million, right?
Yeah. Hey, text me that message, Scott.
Whatever you do, whatever you're doing to get that check, clearly it got me 200 mil, right? So if it got me 200 mil, I got to keep doing what I had to do in the check. Me posing with a gun didn't get me the deal. You feel me? Like, and that's the shit that get me, because my thing, like my analysis of the whole situation is this, like, I'm not gonna bash Ja. Like, niggas all been young. We all got into some shit that we didn't need to be in, blah, 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 whatever, right?
Yeah.
But, like, not all of us has seen the other side where it's like, all right, cool. Like, if I do everything that I'm supposed to do and put my head down and do, like, work, Not all of us got $100 million $1 million deal.
This is true.
Not all of us are the face of a franchise.
Yeah. This
you
is
got
true.
your own shoe. So it's like, if there was ever somebody
Yeah.
to still be in tune with something, you're not it. You get me? Like, because it's like, what does it do for you? And that's why I kept asking you, because my
mean
thing
the thug
is,
mentality?
yeah, like
Or the,
you can
the
be.
thug showcase?
I don't even want to say the thug mentality, because nobody should still play with you as a man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you don't
for
want to be
sure.
played with as a man. But my whole thing is, even if Ja's tough, like the shit that you getting in trouble for, it don't look tough. You fought, like, you beat up a 17-year-old allegedly.
That's kind of crazy.
Fuck you doing?
Yeah, that's kind
What
of
are
crazy.
you doing?
That's
And
kind
you're
of
Ja
crazy.
Morant. So like my whole thing is, peep the scenario. If we playing basketball, the 17-year-old is busting my ass pause.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I gotta beat you up. I gotta fight you.
I
And
mean,
I'm
that's,
Ja Morant.
sure, in that situation, though.
That's that situation.
But let's speculate.
The IG love.
Let's speculate. No.
All right,
Let's
cool.
stay right there. Let's speculate.
All right, so where is it justified?
I'm not saying it's justified. Let's get that. I'm just we wasn't there, so we gotta speculate a little bit. Maybe
sure.
something was said to Ja Morant
Okay.
by this 17-year-old kid that he felt like he had to be allegedly a little aggressive with.
Fair enough, right?
I will say this though.
Yeah.
Ja Morant should not be doing the dirt.
That's exactly what I was about to go.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly
that's just common sense, bro. Like
you're the asset.
yeah.
You're the asset. So my whole thing
Can't
is,
be doing it
even
dirty.
if he crossed the line, said something about your mom, said something about your father, said something about your baby, whatever, cross the line, you're the asset, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Where's
the
shooters?
asset. Fuck is you being the
Yeah.
shooter for? You don't even make sense. And now, if anybody, and this is how I feel, right? If anybody is the shooter on his team, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. They just there to be like, hey, like, fuck it, like we get into what we get into. There's nobody that seems to have like the thought process like, yo, you know what, like, you don't even need to be in that. We gonna handle that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
need somebody like that in your entourage if you're gonna live that way. You feel me? Like, I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you not to be a thug. I can't tell
Yeah.
you what to do as a man, especially because, quote unquote, when people get money, you can't tell them shit.
Oh,
Feel
absolutely.
me?
Not
so it's
$200
just like,
million.
you don't got money like me. You don't play ball like me. So like, it's like there's already a disconnect. But my whole thing is just like, I feel like there's a popularity in the streets, like where it's
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna be tough. I'm gonna still show like, yeah, I got a street side or whatever, and that's cool. You can still go back home. You know what I mean? Like you go home to your mansion where you have your security and stuff like that, but you laid fires in the street. What happens to them niggas that you around, or what happens to your people who can't spend the night because you somewhere else, like you in Texas or whatever?
Yeah.
Who got to clean up your fires in Memphis? So you not even looking out. You're not even looking out for your peoples, really.
Yeah.
You feel me?
This is true.
So now, like, who's to say that 17-year-old don't got, you know?
I mean, yeah.
And then you're
that's a
like, all right,
fact.
cool, we can't get the job, but we can get to this people. They don't got the money to do nothing.
Yeah, that's
So
a fact.
now you're putting yourself in a position where, like, even if you in tune with the streets, you making problems in the street. Like, that don't even make sense. That's how I know. That's why, like, granted, we don't know the upbringing. I'm not from South Carolina. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
But it's just like you can tell when somebody's cut from a certain cloth and when somebody's not. You making dumbass mistakes. Anybody I know that got the hammer, anybody that I know, I've never seen it unless it was time for somebody to do something with it. You posing with it like it's
Yeah.
money or something.
Yeah.
Like, this is not something, this is a firearm. You feel me? And this is the only thing that's not alleged. It's like, why you doing that, son?
Yeah, he's definitely acting like the shooter.
You feel me?
That's definitely shooter mentality.
Exactly. Like,
That's
and then,
somebody in the back.
and then
holding the
you
gun up.
could tell, like, it's like it's like this. It's like, I say I got a nice car, right? And I go into the store, I see somebody posing, in front of my car. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's how I look. Like, you just posing with the gun. You just happy to have the gun in your head.
True.
And if that's what you want to do, then do so be it. But like, if this is what you really about, you're not supposed to be seen with that shit. That don't even make sense.
Nah, I totally agree. And, you know, I mean, what's dynamic is his pops is with him. Not in the club incident.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's in Memphis with him.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
Yeah, he bought a house. He bought a crib
And
right next door for him.
we have to look at the parent to kind of deduce and figure out like what could possibly be going on. And I just want to read the statement from Ja Morant that he dropped. This might be public relations.
Definitely.
Cry out, but
PR.
he said, "We all fall short of perfection. Does it hurt? Yes. Am I embarrassed? A little bit. Why? Because as a parent, you always want your kid to be the perfect child. I love that kid to death and would die for him to live. I refuse to make an excuse for his actions, but I do know in this thing called life, we all will have a war wounds and battle scars. But before you crucify the next man, ask yourself how perfect I am living, because my son is in the spotlight, so everything he does is magnified." I do like the sentence, before you crucify the next man, ask yourself how perfect am I living, right? Because all of these situations surrounding Ja Morant right now, when it first hit the media, right, there's so much commentary on who he's not, and he don't have to, you know, put himself in these situations. But it's funny that now, when he released his PR statement that he needs help, now it's, oh, we wish the best for Ja and all this shit. Like, that's kind of fake to me. Because why can't we be, you know what I mean? Why can't we give him that grace?
Especially because of his age.
Before, when it first popped off, like, this guy's, he's young, he's dumb, he has to have room to grow. You know, and sad to say that, you know, because of the color on our skin, like, we don't have that many chances to grow in the spotlight before there is a media concoction of, you know, something to vilify each other. You know what I mean?
100%.
So I feel like that was kind of fake, yo. Shout out Ja Morant and releasing that statement, but I feel like the media now turning with Ja because of what he released. Like, give him that before he released a statement. Like, let's ask more questions and try to figure out what's going on before we just say, you ain't this, you ain't that. Like, you know what I mean? Stop trying to be something you're not. Like, we don't know him. He could be a gangster.
For sure.
I'm just saying, we don't know him. He could be.
For sure.
It's
He's trying to change his
maybe
life.
not possible,
But I feel you. And it goes back to like the Shannon coverage and stuff like that, where it's just like, bro.
I want to get into that. Pause. That's crazy.
So the thing with Shannon, right? Like, we get it. You an OG and blah, blah. Like, my thing is this, like, with older athletes and it's like old heads, like, it's a lot of the reason why I go, like I go back and forth with Klee, like, and all of them, is to make a complaint as an adult and not seem to, like, truly want guidance or good for that person just seems like a complaint. So my whole thing is, granted, you have a platform where you can talk your shit and stuff like that, but it's so much more personable for a successful professional athlete that didn't really get into no bullshit to come to you like, hey, like, bro, I'm not even on, like, I'm on TV, but I'm doing this because I fuck with you as a human being.
Right.
Or like, I care for your success. Like, come down to his level, you feel me? You can't go on TV and just go bashing. Because now, like, anything that you say, even like, so like, push comes to shove, if Shannon was to reach out to him now, I think it's probably like, yo, you don't give a fuck. Like,
yes, bro.
You already burnt. Like, you already ruined that. You ruined that potential mentor shit. And it's like, when you're younger, I feel like it's taught like, oh, you should look for a mentor like mutually. You feel me? Yeah. But I feel like in positions like that, there's too many older veterans, blah, blah. You hear this word get thrown out. Why are you guys not like looking to be more like being like a mentor. You
Yeah.
feel me? Not when you can't do shit in the league no more. Like UD talk about like he's retiring now. He's been a veteran presence on Miami Heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, yeah, we get it. But that you've been a professional for 20 years, great. But like when you talk about somebody like Shannon or you talk about somebody like LeBron who was great for a long period of time.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna allude to it.
Yeah.
For you to be that successful, your word, especially in this conversation,
Yeah, for sure.
is gonna be taken to consideration way more than me just telling Ja, you gotta fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's bigger than basketball.
Exactly. And then on top of it, like y'all actually rub shoulders together. I might
Yeah.
never see Ja Morant in my life.
Yeah.
Y'all rub shoulders together. Y'all played in the All-Star together. Y'all all buddy.
Yeah.
So how can y'all like, all right, cool, like, there's not 1 minute where you can pull them aside like, yo, like, what are you doing, son?
Yeah. My thing with Unc, bro, like I love Unc. Shout out Shannon.
Shout out Shannon.
You know, but I definitely had like my issues with his commentary so far. You know, and I'm gonna break this shit down. Where I'm from, we got this saying called "Stop playing police games." Shannon Sharp was on TV this morning playing police games. This man came. This man said, you know, he was talking about the situation, the live situation, and said, you know, that he had to have taken the tool with him on the plane.
I don't like that.
Scott, like, you don't have to say that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it made me think about when we just watched the Chris Rock shit in here. He dropped the mic. He dropped the mic by saying, you know, you don't get violent in front of white people. That's what he said.
Yeah.
You don't talk down about another black man like that in front of a white man. Like, you cannot put that in the media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You cannot let other black people see you talking, especially you talking anecdotal. You're not talking with no facts.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all have a
Yeah.
commonality of, you know, being superstar athletes, but that's really it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Outside of just because we got the same skin tone, that don't mean we come from the same place.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with saying so much anecdotal stuff in the media right now about Ja that's not backed up with facts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can't just let that shit go. Like, he was saying that this man is, you know, portraying a gangster. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know Ja before he came into the NBA, before his mind was privy to who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I'm not saying that this is who Ja is, but we don't know who Ja is.
Facts.
So we can't talk from a perspective that we know who he is without asking him. And last thing I'm gonna say on this is that I feel like for Unc, like, if you really felt like Ja needs to hear something from you, call him, bruh. Like, or get on a plane, bro. Like, you're a millionaire. Get on a plane, bro, if it's that deep, over 200 mil, and go see that man straight up. Like,
if you care. That's what I'm saying. So like,
don't sit on TV and talk about this man like this. And then even today, like, I felt like he was
I couldn't
kind of,
watch it today. I knew
he
I
was a
couldn't
little disingenuous, I feel like, towards Ja. Like,
I feel
I
like
tried to told him, and now it is like,
yeah.
okay, so
I feel like this, right? When it, like, in terms of, like, I'm 27, right? Probably the youngest one here. There's nothing, like, there's certain things that, like, when y'all try to talk to me, like, I ain't hearing nothing. You feel me?
oh, absolutely.
There ain't nothing that I want to hear. And it's nothing that, like, what you call it? It's nothing that y'all saying wrong, per se. But it's just like, nah, that doesn't fit into, like, my views. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
My thing is,
100%.
when you're not, at least we can have those, like, conversations. You feel me? Like, where it's like, it doesn't have to be hot. It doesn't have to be confrontational. All right, cool. Like, you going to, like, what, like, everybody always, you going to see, like, that's fine. You feel me? That's not
Yeah.
even a threat. It's just like, all right, cool. Like, I can't teach you the lesson now, type shit. But at least we having the conversation. So I can keep what you said, like, in mind.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to see, like, and then you got to think about it like this. Like, I think the biggest issue is this. The lack of attention that, like, a lot of people show in terms of, like, watching something long term. granted, you could have been dropping jewels, but you dropping jewels is not gonna be the clip. The clip is gonna be the funny shit that you said. The clip is gonna be the shit like him acting like the police. Like it's gonna be that's gonna be the clip. So like by the time it get to Ja, by the time it gets to the current day athlete, they seeing the nasty shit that you said about them. Fuck conversation I want to have with you.
Oh my God. Oh, that ship has sailed.
You know what I mean? So it's just
That
like
ship
by the
has
time,
sailed.
because it's not. I'm not like a lot of people don't have the patience and be like, yo, like let me go see what he was really saying. You see, they just gonna see the clip and like, oh, he was talking like this. Fuck what he was saying.
He's seen those clips already.
Exactly. So it's like
He's on Twitter.
It's gone. And then I think the other, like the biggest issue is this, right? And I made sure I learned it, like especially playing basketball early. Like it's cool for people to inspire you. It's cool for like certain things, but like at the end of the day, celebrity, especially with the current day athlete, you gotta also think like, oh, like they're my hero and blah blah blah. No,
Yeah.
like I feel like American culture, especially like they idolize celebrities, they idolize professional athletes.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
it becomes a place where it's like I see why I can see from both perspectives. It's like, yo, like if I was just 23 and I'm with a gun, like I would just be 23 with the gun. How I look at it is like, this is stupid because you're a basketball player, but it would be stupid if you worked at AT&T too. That's why I have the opinion that I have. Like, it don't matter like that you a basketball player, to me at least.
Yeah.
But like how people are revered nowadays is like they can't do no wrong. Like they gotta live their life because people are watching. It's just like, no, like y'all keep making that. You guys made that narrative. So now people look up to these people, knowing that like majority of these people is never gonna reach that. Like a lot of people, like, sorry to break it to you, a lot of y'all not gonna be like Ja.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of y'all don't even have like the potential to fuck up like this.
No, not at all.
So
It'll go under the radar.
exactly. So it's never gonna be like, a lot of people can go on IG Live in the gun. It won't even be a talk. Like it won't be a conversation.
Yeah.
But because we are like to look at these people as if they're not like regular people. He's a great basketball player. Is he the role to be a role model at this point in time? No.
No.
But what 23-year-old is?
Exactly. I was telling my brother VT, like, you know, at one point in time, you know, the legend Allen Iverson wasn't, you know, this role model figure when he came in with braids and baggy clothes.
Exactly.
You know, that wasn't upholding the brand, you know, of the NBA at the time. But, you know, time progressed and we allowed him to
Grow up.
blossom, and he ended up changing the culture of the NBA
Exactly.
to what it is now. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy. I wanted to definitely shout out like your Jalen Rose, your Paul Pierce, who has offered their perspective, but also a window into this situation from their lens. What did you think about, you know, their statements?
So I hate Paul Pierce.
Jesus.
But like,
This man said hate.
But this is it's
No slandering black men.
No,
on this podcast.
it's not slander. Trust me. I hate Paul Pierce for all basketball reasons.
Yeah.
Him as a personality and him, Jalen, there's a couple more. Like, I love them as a personality because whether I agree with what they're saying, and there's an authenticity. I cannot say that word. Fuck it. There's a realness about like where they coming from and their perspective. It never seems like teleprompter shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's never like, oh yeah, tell them that this is how you feel about it. Nah, like they speak like with real, like, yo, like I've been in your shoes. Like they speak from a human side of the media, which is very, very rare.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are characters. But I feel like they speak so like honestly, like even especially Jalen. Like Jalen probably my number one, like I think he's the number one person on TV. Number one. In terms of like sports media, because he always keeps it a buck and he's always fair without necessarily having to be nasty.
Yeah,
so
I like
when
Jalen Rose too.
he does start to critique you, it's not like he's picking on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like him and Paul, like bro, like Paul Pierce got poked up in the club. Tell that nigga he can't roll with a gun. Tell him. That don't even make sense.
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
There's no way, because who's going to protect me? You want me to die in the club and just basically wear 34 on the fucking jersey?
Yeah.
That's not right. So if he feels like he need to get protected, and being from where he from, he need to.
Right.
Same thing with Jalen. Jalen almost got
drug raised.
He almost got killed.
He was wilding.
He almost got killed, bro.
He was wilding.
So now when you tell, like, when they speak to you, it's like, all right, cool. Like, I gotta humble myself and listen. Like, I look at it like this. It's like the messenger is so important nowadays because you'll hear somebody tell you something and you will justify not listening to them because of who they are.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But when a person that's qualified to tell you, like to give you the message, then you can turn around like, yo, if he don't listen now, he's just bugging. Like, he's just a lost cause. You feel me?
Yeah.
There's certain people like them, like when they come to you, like, you know, like they're not coming to you on no bullshit. So now if Ja turn around and be like, fuck them, then it's like, oh yeah, he just don't know. Like, he just never gonna learn. But like if Skip Bayless and Shannon giving their takes on TV is where you saying the homies lost, them niggas don't really care for him like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you want me to listen to people that don't even really care for my success.
Right.
They just want to talk about it.
I agree. Can I ask a dumb question?
There's no such thing as a dumb question.
Why aren't we as a community entertained by this? I just want to read something, right?
Okay.
This is something that I saw on Twitter, right? Somebody said, the black community saying Ja Morant is acting corny because he's embracing thug culture. Our community love thug culture.
Yeah.
We love music with thug culture. We entertain. We wake up and listen to thug culture. We go to sleep listening to thug culture. Like,
working the job at a bank.
why are we not holding the same standard for these rappers who not thugs? But we coming down on Ja.
Listen, man.
I don't get it.
I agree, right? And this is my thing. This is my thing. Like, as I grew up, like, cool. I feel like I was able to. The reason why I feel like I can understand Ja, but I can still give the opposite side is because everybody know, like, one of the main outs in terms of hood is what? In terms of not being in the street is playing a sport,
Yeah.
or doing music,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you mean the most popular?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's usually like the go-to. With still being able to basically like visit. You know what I mean? Like you can still step out and be like, yeah, like these are my friends because y'all still rub shoulders together.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then I feel like, especially like, I'm happy that you brought that up because we look at it like I say it all the time. I used to say it at work all the time. Like, I've grown up to the point where there's no such thing as a hood nigga to me. You know why?
Yeah.
Because hood nigga is like, I feel like when people talk about that, they speak on it like, oh, this is somebody that's thorough. This is somebody that uphold values. He's just in the street because of his situation, right? Cool. I think that's a simplification for it. Because, like I said, like I used to tell Javi this all the time. I'm like, bro, there's a difference between like a solid person and somebody that just is in their circumstance.
Yeah.
You're not a hood. You're not a stand-up nigga just because you live in the projects.
Right.
You can still be a shitty, shiesty person.
Yeah, you could be an old dog.
Exactly. You can just be
You could
bad.
be an old dog.
You can just be bad. And that'll make you a hood nigga. And then on top of it, like, I think people like to look at like that. Like they like to look at it without the real lens of like the entirety. Like they just look at the positive shit. Like, oh, like he gets the money. He don't got to clock in for a shift. He has freedom. He got cars. He got girls. He got this. He got that. But You also gotta understand the paranoia that you roll around with.
Oh, for sure.
You gotta run. You gotta run.
sure.
You gotta keep the grip on.
This man is in Memphis, bro.
Exactly.
Like, let's not.
Oh yeah,
That's
we're not negating
Disneyland.
that.
Like,
We're
that's
not
Memphis,
negating
Tennessee.
that at all.
Memphis, Tennessee, as they call it.
Let me ask you a question. Where was he with the gun?
He was in the strip club.
Where? What city?
Where was he?
I think he was in Memphis.
He's in the strip club with the gun. They let him in the strip club with the gun. That's what it is. And that's normal. That's normal for celebrities to go into clubs, especially strip clubs with artillery. Like, that's normal. That's why there's a shootout at strip clubs.
But this is the problem. Like, I feel like whenever we're critical of like celebrities, I guess because of how people look at it, they're so quick to like come to somebody else's defense, right? And that's one thing I don't like about black culture. Like, because you're a fan of something doesn't mean that you can't be critical.
Yeah.
They'll turn around and be like, well, he got more money than you, so I gotta listen to it. That I can't understand that.
Yeah. That's what Uncle was saying today.
I can't understand that. So it's just like, granted, you can have the influence, you can have the money, but if you doing dumb shit, fuck I gotta listen to you for.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna say this because this is the one person that I have no problem being critical of. R. Kelly.
Wow, we're going there.
Yeah, we're going there. R. Kelly. That is the nastiest man in the world. It's just nasty.
Yeah.
You feel me?
100%.
Without going too much into it, if you know, you know. He's just nastiest man. My whole thing is, if that person come to me, right, and tell me, yo, this is good. This is good to get yourself into. Shut the fuck. No, I don't give a fuck that you made Ignition. I don't give a fuck that you made Bump and Grind. I don't care that you made all these great songs or whatever.
Yeah.
That's great that you did that. But how you live your life is foul.
Oh, for sure.
You feel me?
So you're not taking his music business advice?
No. not at all. Because there's nothing that this man can tell me.
Yeah.
Because like clearly like he's off. And I can see it by how your actions are. You feel me? So now like my thing, like how I connect is like, granted, if it's necessary for you to do that, I think, and it comes with age too. I think what the real problem when it comes to Ja is like, when you're too young, there's no sense of self-awareness. You never look at yourself, but because you're a celebrity and you're held to this pedestal, nobody's ever gonna teach you self-awareness. You're just supposed to know, because they hit you with because that's just how it is, and that's what gets taught to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the concept, like I understand why people have PR teams, because sometimes like they blah blah blah. The concept of PR shouldn't be, for me at least, because it's just like nobody should have to teach you, or nobody should have to clean up what you said if that's what you truly meant.
Yeah.
And because, like, if he's saying, like, I have no problem with his statement and his dad's statement, because they showing accountability to it. So it's just like how you move moving forward to let me know how seriously you took it.
Yeah.
And I can give you that.
Do you feel like, from the Morant team, both statements is PR. Do you feel like something is wrong with Ja? Like what is your raw
my raw
opinion on it when you saw
like,
the statement?
I feel like
is he having mental problems?
I don't think he's having mental problems. I think he doesn't know himself. And it's fair.
Yeah, not for real.
You get thrust into the spotlight's just on him. He's a franchise player, but he don't know. Like, you still want to be tough. You want to be a man and stuff like that. And I told you, I think the toughest person on the team is Steven Adams.
Yeah. And
so it's just like, I feel like what Ja's gonna have to learn, what like we all learn. Like, just because you the loudest person in the room don't mean you the toughest nigga in the room.
Right.
Somebody put you down that never said a word in the whole spot.
Right. And let's stop automatically assuming because a person grows up with both parents in the household, like
they're good,
they automatically, are on the right path. Like, two parents in the hood is a crazy situation to grow up in still.
100%.
You know what I mean? And I feel like we have to take into consideration like this era is different. You know what I'm saying? Like he's 23, his dad is maybe 20 years older than him, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of a different generation to grow up in. His dad could be possibly 15 years older than him, 17 years older than him. Like let's not automatically assume because his father, because we see his dad at the games. Yeah. We see his dad turned up.
Yeah, he almost fought
Shannon Sharp. Like that's the cloth he's from. Like that's what he's grown up to see his entire lifetime.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I mean, and to be real, like Southerners have guns, bro. Like that's not something that's
it's not something
strange to us. Like you can get a gun in Walmart.
Yeah.
Without a gun permit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can go in there and get a rifle or a shotgun or a handgun. Like, don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't feel like we should be quick to assume this man lifestyle or his upbringing or where he come from just because we don't know him for real.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I feel like to piggyback off that, I think the issue becomes like people have fake interest nowadays, where it's just like, I just want to connect with you with the shit that appeals to me. And if it doesn't appeal to me, you're bugging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, there's some people that probably love the shit that like, all right, yo, Ja's a real nigga. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to speak from that perspective except for them.
Yeah.
And then you got people that's like, nah, like what he's doing is bugging. Like, because why would you do that?
Hmm?
I don't think nobody looks at the whole situation anymore. Like I said, like this somebody that's in his early 20s, right? It's third year in the league, fourth year in the league. He's had success. But I was speaking to one of my friends and he told me, he gave me this perspective. Think about it. He goes to a college where he's unknown, right? And this is why I said chip on the shoulder. He puts an unknown college on the map, right?
Yeah.
He grew up in the AAU circuit with Zion, where Zion is the talk. Ja Morant wasn't the talk. They were on the same team. You seen Zion bullying little kids.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. So, like, he's his voice. So now think about it. You're finally put in a situation where, like, you can flourish. You start to flourish. So it's like, now I got to pop my shit. But I feel like early on, it was cool. Like when you saying like when you bring certain quotes like "we want all the smoke" and stuff like that, we know where it comes from, but you can say it because it's still applicable.
Yeah, I thought that's what we wanted in the
exactly.
NBA now.
So that's
we
fun.
Want the gangster.
That's
the
fun.
Exactly.
Exactly. But now
that's what it was missing.
When he start to go all out, it's like, oh no,
off the court, you doing way too much.
Like oh no, like, we don't know if we really want him to be this way.
Yeah.
But who's to say that's not how? Who's to say that him acting like that is not why he plays the way he plays?
That's a great point.
You see?
That's a great point. That aggression has to come from somewhere.
So it's just like yes, it's maturity. You can't like, and this is the problem when it comes to professional things. Like, just because you're a professional, quote unquote, like, yes, it comes with the territory. You have to do the things. You got to kiss the babies. We get it. You have to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also have to learn it. You see what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So it's just like, granted, he's always gonna have. He has the parachute to be in the face of the franchise where he can do it gracefully. But at the same time, it's just like you kind of gotta, like, for newer athletes, especially the lost generation, the younger generation nowadays, you got to give them the patience if that's who you're really, truly trying to invest in.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? Because
for sure.
The second you lose them, they don't want to hear shit that you say. And now if he demands a trade from Memphis because it's like, you're not letting me be myself, you fucking, like, I feel like they handled it the right way. But that's so volatile that it could easily became like a Kyrie situation.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Where it's like if you handle that wrong, you lose that connection, period.
Yeah. I feel like, I think I told my brother this yesterday. Nike choosing, I told you this yesterday too.
Yeah.
Nike choosing to not cut him immediately shows you where their mind is, but what the precedent they set, everybody's gonna follow it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If Nike came out and was like, yo, we done with Ja Morant, he's canceled, the media is gonna follow suit because that's gonna be the headline. And then now you get another narrative behind that. I think that Nike situation is his second chance to kind of keep his head down 100%. And stay under the radar. And I hope he like does that. You know what I mean? And I hope somebody, you know, that is from that lifestyle, that is in this world that he's a part of, really like reaches out to him and go holler at him, because
it's two people that need to talk to him. It's two people. You said it. We talked about it yesterday. A real OG needs to sit down and talk with him, because a lot of people fantasize the street, but they don't understand like what
Memphis OG.
Yeah,
need to go holler at him.
They need to holler at him like, yo,
courtside.
What you getting yourself into? You don't really want that. Like,
yeah.
Because like I told you yesterday,
to go holler at him.
Yeah. What I told you yesterday, like, it would have been 10 times worse if somebody still at least he was stupid enough in this right to record himself with it.
Yeah.
You don't want to get caught.
Oh, that's
somebody
crazy.
else recording you with it, because how do you answer to that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's just 10 times worse. But that's street culture. And it's like, it don't get taught. Like, snitching is a part of the street. It's not good part.
Yeah.
But people snitch for less time. So I don't want to get in trouble with you. This is also what comes with the street. So you can be tough. You can keep these niggas around. You don't know if all of them are solid. And I don't think you want to test it when you're the asset.
I agree. I mean, Young Thug is going through this situation right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And so a real OG needs to holler at him, and then Bron need to holler at him.
Yeah. Let's talk on that.
Bron need to holler
Let's talk on that.
Feel like LeBron, like you said, LeBron is probably like the best professional athlete ever in terms of not getting into any trouble for this long.
Yeah.
Early on, he got the Hummer incident.
Before his son.
He learned his lesson from there and have yet to fuck up.
Right.
Even people that dislike LeBron can't even front on him as an athlete. Any issue that people have with LeBron is strictly on the court.
Yeah, for sure.
How he lives his life is just, bro, like, it can come out tomorrow. He's done enough where, like, if a scandal was to come out tomorrow, you would believe LeBron before you believe
That's
LeBron.
a fact.
That's how good he's done. That's how good he's done.
Yeah.
I think, so, like, when you're that example and y'all coincide, and on top of it, you're one of the, like, this kid grew up watching you.
Yeah.
So for you to humble yourself, where basically it's like, yo, like, I'm going to go reach out to that kid because he has the world in his hands. It's up to him if he's going to drop it or he's going to hold it.
Yeah. And LeBron has that perspective. He comes from the hood. He comes from, single parent.
Exactly.
Household,
I never heard of Akron.
Me neither.
I never heard of Akron before he got drafted.
I think he's the perfect person to go holler at him. Like, literally, even if he calls him, that would probably mean a lot to him.
It speaks volumes.
Because I think that, Ja grew up watching LeBron as an NBA player, but he don't know LeBron.
Exactly.
He doesn't know his story. Like, we really don't know his story until LeBron sit down and tell us. Go back into that vault and tell us what was really going on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm for sure waiting on. But
I think it needs to be done, and I think it will be done. But like LeBron fashion, I feel like it'll be a conversation. If it's not on the shop or something like that, it's definitely going to be done behind the scenes, and that I could respect.
Yeah.
I hope it happens soon because they still under the same umbrella. Nike athletes, they play basketball. So, like, the connection I feel like is already there for him to listen to.
Yeah.
Because who else, like, granted, like, Michael Jordan could be the GOAT and stuff like that. Who else can you aspire to be in terms of career-wise?
Yeah, and relatable,
Exactly.
especially if you come from that environment.
There's
You know what I mean?
there's women that I know don't watch sports that still follow LeBron's family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
Like
for
you
sure.
don't even have to. His influence transcends that. So if that's something you aspire to be, or even if it's your safety blanket in terms of living your life, who else sets the standard better than somebody that's done it this long?
Yeah, I feel like he is a true like OG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he would be an OG to me, not a regular superstar.
Oh yeah. That's why
athlete
it
that
gotta
didn't
be
Go
both.
through no adversity.
Because
You know what I mean?
he care about what little baby think.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
little baby is another example. Somebody that he got in trouble. He got locked up. He had to sit.
Yeah.
Bro, what he do now? One of the biggest rappers in the world.
Yeah.
And people love his kids. People love his baby mama.
The music is influencing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first thing when I watched the video and I talked to my brother about it, the first thing I noticed was the young boy playing in the background. NBA young boys playing in the background. They turning up the young boy.
Yeah, man.
Like his music puts you on that wavelength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we got to pay more attention to the music in these situations because it's never that far off. It's never that far off.
Fair enough. I just think like, and this is my mature thought. I just think if you're gonna pose with a gun, you need a bigger gun. Can't be playing with like a.
Somebody say he had like the little beast thing off Men in Black.
Yo, look, man, he had like a little keychain gun.
Yeah,
like,
that looked crazy. He was.
come on, bro.
he
That's
was
what you get
dangling
in
it,
trouble
pause.
for. At least if you gonna get in trouble, get in trouble for something, man.
Yeah, I need something with the
Come
banana
on,
clip,
son. But,
a beam on it. Yeah, you're clipping that to your belt buckle.
Come on,
it's a
man.
little
Like,
accessory.
come on, but I feel like he gonna get his head straight. I think he let it game too much for this to be a thing. It's just one of those early hiccups that you hopefully don't trend because you can always learn from your mistakes. So you can just be Javaris Crittenton.
Yeah, I never heard of him until put that in the chat. I never heard of him.
Did you watch? Did you look it up?
No.
I get you sure. All right, cool. Gilbert and him, and Gilbert is a dickhead. Gilbert is a dickhead, but I like him too as an analyst. Basically, the rundown goes, they got into an argument because they used to play a gambling game that everybody in the NBA play, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, Gilbert is the best person on the team, so his check is so much higher than everybody.
Oh, for sure.
So what he could do is just not fair. So, like, basically, he was fucking up Javaris Crittenton's bread, and Javaris Crittenton was losing already.
Sheesh.
So now it's like, I'm putting in and blah, blah. So, like, now I owe these people at least let me play back and get my hand back.
Yeah.
But it's just like, nah, like, basically, the situation got fucked. So, basically, it was like, yo, like, I'm gonna shoot you, or, like, whatever,
Sheesh.
along the lines, right? So, Gilbert was like, if that's the case, I'll bring my guns, and you can pick which one you're going to shoot me with.
Wow.
That's how much of a dickhead Gilbert is.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's an asshole. Everybody knows it.
That's crazy.
So he brought it, and what you call it, they both got in trouble right then and there. Now, where Gilbert got the grace period is because he's still the franchise player.
Yeah,
sort of
for
like
sure.
what Ja's in too, right? So what you can get away with compared to what Javaris Crittenton can get away with is the gap is crazy. So Javaris got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got in trouble, what happens? You get kicked out. There was no G League safety net where, like, if he was in this G League or D League back in the day, you were done. You feel me? You're not getting an NBA contract.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's done.
You're
Especially
finished.
because you're out of the league with that. One thing we know about the league, when they don't want you no more, they let it be known.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? So once he was out, nigga got into some shit. Sure. Turns out he was really like that, and now he got locked up.
Yeah.
So that's the Javaris Crittenton story. You don't want to be there, and even Gilbert to some degree, because Gilbert wasn't going to get in trouble, but because he jokes a lot in the huddle, he was doing like finger guns. So it was like, yo, you're not taking it serious, and they even sat him. So if you can do that to your friend, like if you can do that to your franchise player, and be like, yo, all right, cool, you suspended too. Think it's a game. As much money as you bring, remember, somebody owns that team.
Yeah, no, for real.
So as valuable as you are,
I agree. I definitely agree.
but you're only but so long.
Give us your expectation before we sign off.
I think my expectation, all in all, is I just want for him to understand, like, yo, your identity, you can still be tough, but you can still be successful. I don't think that is taught enough that, like, bro, like, providing for your family, having a family, and we toss out this word generational wealth off of basketball alone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're
crazy.
in the driver's seat of success.
Yeah.
Don't slash your own tires.
Yeah.
That's probably my final. Like, don't be the reason why you can't keep this going.
Yeah. For sure.
Injuries happen, things that you can't control can't happen, but these are things that you can control. Get ahead of them before they sink you.
Yeah.
That's my final.
100%. Shout out Ja Morant. You know, I'm on the home team rooting for you, my boy. You know, it's a sportsmanlike conduct from the studios of Industry City here in Brooklyn, New York.
I mean, it's talented.
We can cut that.